Hi guys. This is taking me a long time to get together. I apologize. It's been a busy week. Let me go over as quickly as I can the words that Joshua and Robert checklisted on their long spelling lists for the cumulative test today. The first one I have is by, B-Y. Okay, so Josh and Robert, if you're watching, sign B-Y. It's a preposition. It means, next to or close. It can also mean to go past something. So you can sign by or by, like you pass something with your thumbs up, by. Or the more common way right now, because we're focusing on English, is to use the C sign, the English sign, which is just two B's and one goes past the other. By. Again, hands like B's, back of hand goes around. By. By. And it's spelled by. Okay, next word is upon. It means simply on. Okay. Sometimes in storybooks it'll say once upon a time. Normally that sign ASL is just once upon a time. It means it happened a long time ago. Okay? But for the spelling test, we're just going to be signing it the same as on. We'll probably let them know not on. The other word, the preposition that means the same. Up on. Okay. We won't spell it up on, but sometimes if you really are desperate, you can show up on, but the concept gets messed up. Up on. I'm probably making things more confusing than I am helping. I'm sorry. Do the best I can. Shall means the same thing as will. For the spelling test, the kids should know they don't have will. It's not on the list. If they see the sign like this, they should know that it means shall. So that's their prompt, really, that. Sometimes if we're really, we can see they're desperate, they don't understand, they can't remember, or we can add an S to the sign. Really, it's not a correct sign, but it's a way of prompting them. So, shall. The word just means the same thing as will, it's just a fancier word. Okay? Next up we have bread, which is pretty easy. You make a B with your non-dominant hand and put it with the back of your hand out. B with the other hand, your writing hand, comes and then bends, and in front, starting at the fingertips, you make little cuts. Okay? Bread. Okay. Bread. B-R-E-A-D. Bread. Okay. The next word is garden. That sign is pretty easy. Use G's in the alphabet, and you show the front and back of the garden and the sides. Garden. Front and back, you can see my hand's position. My dominant hand is in front, non-dominant in back, and they both open out to the sides. Garden. G-A-R-D-E-N. Garden. Next is Australia. The sign is Australia. It's like you see the people from the outback, they have the big hats. The hat with the big brim, Australia. Next sign, Arctic Ocean. We're just explaining it. There's not a sign for it. In sign language, normally you would spell it. So for learning to spell it, they just need to be prompted. Okay, so here's the earth, and up on top here, there's an ocean. What's it called? That's how we sign it, basically. So he needs to know Arctic Ocean. Another one is the Indian Ocean, and actually that one has a sign, which is nice. Just like people from India, some of the people as a religious observance might have the red dot on their forehead. It's your thumb, touches in the middle. See if I can turn my head too much. And just twists. Indian, and when you sign ocean, the O's come out. Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. Just like the Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean is Pacific Ocean. It's the same with Atlantic. Atlantic Ocean. So the A's come out like the waves and the O's follow. Atlantic Ocean. Bread was on twice, so that's good. The same with Antarctica. There is not a sign that I can find. So what we're trying to do is explain the location. So he has to know his, geography too. He has to know where on the map. Talk about the Earth, and then down here at the bottom there is a continent. It's called Antarctica. So probably spelled that kind of messed up. Antarctica. Okay. So we're describing it as the continent. That's a C. That on my writing hand, my dominant hand. The other arm is down with like a fist, just flat, and the C comes off by my wrist and circles around to close to my elbow. Continent. It's a continent. It's on the south part of the Earth, right here at the bottom. Antarctica. The next word is seed. The sign is just your thumbs run across your fingertips from, you start kind of with your hands like, almost like puppets, and then you run your thumb, actually you start more towards your pinky, I guess, with your pinky, and then run your thumb across all your fingers towards your pointers until they're all the way out. Seeds. Kind of do it with a fluid motion. Seed. Okay. That word just means, exactly what you think, that you're getting ready to grow, maybe plants or something. So you plant the seeds and then you water it, and then later it all grows. All right, let's see. Next word is wind. Wind. Very easy sign. Sometimes you puff cheeks out, like you're blowing, and help show the concept. Wind. All right, let's see what's next. We have autumn, and we have fall. Both words mean the same thing, so we will prompt them with the sign, which is autumn. This is my non-writing hand. I make a fist with it, turn it with the knuckles back. This elbow down here is like the base of the tree, and you're brushing it with a B hand shape. It means fall. Okay? It's like the leaves coming off the tree trunk. Maybe that will help the kids too. So we might sign like this, autumn or fall. If we're trying to prompt for the different words for that, let's say, okay, so here's this, but it's not fall. It's the other, it starts with an A. So it's not a problem, to tell them it starts with an A. What's the other word for fall? And see if they can do it. Or fall, this one starts with the F. Sometimes I don't mind telling them the first letter, especially if it's a word that has one sign representing several different meanings. Okay? Let's see. Frost. Frost. So it's just, the sign is ice, and it's kind of all over. It's kind of, you start with your hands like this, and they kind of open and wiggle as they spread out. So you can even explain more in the mornings. It's very cold outside. If you look around, white frost. White frost everywhere. It's not snow. It's different. On the ground, on the roof, you can see white just a little bit all along. It's called frost. Sorry, I'm messing up the sign now. Frost, and then you kind of spread it out. Some ice, and spread out. All right, spread out. Frost. Okay. Chilly, it just means cold. So if they know that the word cold is not on their test, they need to know that if they see the sign, it means chilly. Okay? Cocoons. It's almost like you're signing sign for butterfly. What you're going to do is start with that sign, and then you're going to curl your fingers up together to your chest. So you start like this, and then it closes up. So you wind up having, like, your thumbs are hooked with two fists. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there. Start like this, thumbs stay hooked, the fingers close into your heart. It means cocoon. It's where a caterpillar goes into a cocoon and falls asleep. And then when it wakes up, it becomes a butterfly. Cocoon. The next word, we just sign it as baby bug, larva. And we explain that it's kind of like a worm. Larva. It's a baby bug. Tunnels. To To be honest, I don't know of a correct sign for that word. So I'm trying to use our classifiers that show what a tunnel is. So I'm just signing it's like this. You have something that's round and kind of narrow, and it travels, and sometimes they'll branch off or go different ways. But the basic sign is like with my left hand, non-dominant, and right hand, letter F, and then we show the shape of it moving out, tunnel. Let's go in. Okay. Next word is parasol. We're signing it as an umbrella, small. It's not for rain, it's for sunshine and shade. There's a lot of signs there, so I might have to go back and watch again. So that's umbrella, small. It's not for sunshine. I'm sorry, not for rain. Yes, it's for sunshine. Yes, it's for sunshine. Okay, messed that up. Stalks. S-T-A-L-K-S. Again, you use a classifier to show. Sorry, this hand should actually be stationary. Your non-writing, your non-dominant hand should be stationary with the F kind of shape, with the fingers apart just a little bit. And then you use the same hand shape and move up. You're showing something small and cylindrical. Okay. If you do it more than once, that means the plural, stalks, which I think is the word, S-T-A-L-K-S. Carpenter. Just put a nail, hammer the nail, and then sign person. It's like the person classifier. Carpenter. Carpenter. Next, sawdust. It's a compound word, so it's not too hard. You sign saw, which is like this. Actually, I'm sorry, it should be 4 fingers. Saw, and then dust. Dust. It's a D on, this is your fist. It's acting like a foundation. The D, you put your knuckles on the back of your hand and go in circles, dust. So the whole sign looks like sawdust. Alright? Advantage. It's really a recent word. It's pretty new. We signed advantage. It's like you're above someone else. You have an advantage. Or advantage. That means benefit. It's like a noun. You have an advantage. Have something positive that makes it easier for you. An advantage. Okay. Guarded. You would sign like this. Guarded. And then, because we're practicing English vocabulary again, you need to add the D. So when it's saying guarded, the concept should be right, and then there's enough information that the kids should be able to figure out what English word you mean. It's the two fists go together. You're signing defend, protect, guard, and then add the D. Guarded means it's adjective or past verb. Alright, next is penalty. Oh no, he has that one that's checked off. How about Q-U-A-R-R-E-L? Quarrel. It means argument. Argument. You can sign it both ways. Either the pointing fingers go at the same time, or they alternate. It doesn't matter. It's the same sign as argument, which are both on the same list. So we would prompt them saying argument starts with A or starts with Q to show them separate which one we want them to spell. Jeered basically means they teased. It's a sign for bully, B-U-L-L-Y, bully. If it goes out to someone else, it means you're teasing not a nice way. Okay. Jeered, and the verb, it's a verb, it's a past verb. Okay. Jeered. These are your rock and roll hands. Okay. Okay, your two fingers up, your thumb goes over, and then it goes out. Jeered. Jeered, I should say. Okay, next word is pity, P-I-T-Y, P-I-T-Y, pity. And the last one is horizon. Again, we'll just sign it like this, and we're signing here. And you might show the sun comes down. That's just some added information. It's not really part of the sign, but horizon, or you can sign the sky and the earth. Right here, they touch. It's the horizon. Okay. That should be enough